Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me this week. So this week I'm going to be talking about the new AI courses that were released by Microsoft. They were just actually released last night, but by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be a few weeks on. But I've only just signed on. You're going to hear my really spontaneous, honest opinions about the course. And if you're interested in coming with me to explore the new Microsoft Elevate Educator AI courses, then please keep on watching. Okay, so it's a free sign up. I've actually logged on. I've now selected Elevate Educator Explorer, the AI course, and you can see that there are 5 modules in the learning path. That's 4 hours and 51 minutes, but I'm not going to be spending 4 hours and 51 minutes here with you. I'm just going to be going through, looking through and seeing, giving you my honest opinion. I think this is intermediate, so let's just start this. Oh, but you can see below, let's just have a look at the modules. So they said that there are 5 modules. First module is empower educators to explore the potential of artificial intelligence. It's 1 hour. Okay, so we'll have a look at that. Module 2, embark on your AI journey with free AI tools from Microsoft. Okay, and then let's click on the overview. So there's always, it looks like an introduction, bring opportunity to schools with AI, work efficiently. So it's obviously all focusing all within the Microsoft 365 realm. Okay, improve coding with GitHub. Okay, and then here we've got enhanced teaching and learning with Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. Okay, the next module, I wish they'd numbered these so we know which one it is about equip and support learners with AI tools from Microsoft. It looks like it's to do with critical thinking, considerations, creating coding, and learners as change makers. And then the last one is personalized learning for students with disabilities using AI. So that's going to be interesting. While I think it's very important to have an inclusive environment and use AI tools to support the neurodiversity and disabilities that in terms of the student demographic, I think we have to be very careful about personalized learning. We don't want any student to be working by themselves for an hour on a computer without that socialization and without being immersed in that social constructivist environment. Okay, so let me just go through. I'm going to press start. Okay, so I've just pressed start, and I must say it's a little bit of a boring interface. There's a lot of text here. Um, yeah, it's not very engaging. I like a more interactive interface where we can go down different lines of inquiry, but this looks quite linear. I'm just giving my honest opinion. And let's have a look at the resources. So learning objectives, how I feel about learning objectives. I feel like we can maybe list more lists like skills here. So I don't mind listing the skills, but why don't we frame them more as a question so that it promotes more curiosity rather than just delivering a whole list of objectives? But basically, there's an introduction to AI, what's generative AI, introduction to Azure, empowering responsible AI practices, plan and prepare to develop AI solutions on Azure, get tips and tricks. Okay, so I might just, that's the introduction, 5 minutes. So I think all of these resources are actually in the next section. Yep, here's the introduction. So here, there's the PowerPoint Designer, which I've been using for many years. In fact, I think PowerPoint is really quite powerful. I know that a lot of people have migrated to different presentation tools, such as Canva, which I use, such as Gamma, which I use as well. But I do love the PowerPoint Designer. It's an AI tool where I can just dump a whole bunch of photos and it will organize them in this beautiful way, resize them for me, and it will visually look beautiful. So I do like the PowerPoint Designer, and I still think that that's a unique enough tool for me to use At the moment, I don't know that Canva has that same functionality where I can just dump a bunch of things on a slide and then it will reorganize it for me. Analyze data in Excel. Okay, I'm kind of like not that interested in that. I use lots of large language models, to be honest, to analyze data. But and it will export that into an Excel sheet. So maybe that's interesting. Up level writing with Microsoft Editor by checking documents for spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Fair enough. Okay, we can have some suggestions. I'm on the free version of Grammarly, so I have that as an extension, and then I have, the different suggestions. I can ignore them or just rewrite it myself. And then it says prepare for a presentation with Speaker Coach, which I think is a really good idea, giving rehearsal feedback. So I've never used that actually. I wonder if I should start using it. So I thought, well, this week I'm only going to just discuss the first module. I'm not going to go through all five and just give you my opinion. Now, to be honest, what is AI? Do you see all this? This could have been put in a visual. And if you're going to be showcasing something like PowerPoint or, getting images for, perhaps for all of these different dates, put this in a visual. This is really boring to look at, even though it's good information, but we want our educators to be engaged in the online environment, and this is very text heavy. So here we go, AI defined, and there's no single one definition. I think it should stress that, but at least it's given the actual source of where they've gotten this AI definition. But the ability of a computer or other machine to perform those activities or tasks that are normally thought to require intelligence. I would add in human intelligence actually, because AI is trying to mimic human intelligence, right? So I'm actually not happy with that definition. But let me go through the other things. I still think it's wonderful they've put this course together, put it out for educators. But this is my feedback. Like, turn this into a beautiful like infographic so that, it could almost be interactive where we can click on different points, right? So we begin with Alan Turing's work, of course, universal machine, then computer scientist Alan Newell, okay, John McCarthy, of course, we know coined the term AI in the first place. And then we had ELIZA that was created by this MIT professor. IBM's Deep Blue made history, yeah, by defeating the chess champion at the time. IBM's Watson supercomputer defeated Jeopardy's all-time champion. Now, I must say, it must have been in the late 80s, early 90s. My dad actually bought us an IBM computer for the home. It was this big. It was really slow. The interface was just black. I think it was like with green typing. And we had lots of floppy disks, that actually stored hardly anything by today's standards. So yeah, that was interesting. I wonder if any of you have experienced that, or if you're as old as I am. Okay, so then 2014, Facebook, okay, etc. Right? We know that probably 2022 November was a huge turning point in the AI landscape with the release of ChatGPT in November 2022. And then it says Microsoft launch 2023. So there's a little video. I'm just going to play 30 seconds just to see.
Hello, educators. I'm Zia Hassan, and I'm excited to be diving into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence with you. Artificial intelligence, AI, is a broad set of techniques used to train computers to complete tasks that would otherwise require human intelligence, such as answering questions, generating text, and recognizing.
Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there. I mean, I'm really happy to see that this is most likely not AI generated, the video. I really do believe it's this person speaking to us and just, reading a script, but at least it's got that human element, which I think is really important. And I've always promised in all of my videos that you're never going to see me AI generated Unless, I mean, I wouldn't say never actually. What if I had to access a language that I couldn't speak? And then for accessibility and inclusivity, I may use it. But as much as possible, you're always going to see me. Maybe I can just put the subtitles of different languages so that you actually still see authentic me. Okay, so I like how this video is only 1 minute 33. It's not a 45-minute lecture. And then you've got some key terminologies. I mean, this is very text heavy. You know, you could easily put these into an infographic, for example, napkin, or surely Microsoft has some other tools where we can actually, yeah, put this information. So let's just have a look. AI has numerous applications. They're talking about personalized learning. See how it says analyzes individual learning needs and helps educators to tailor instruction and materials to meet each learner's needs. I think we've got to be very careful about not individualizing instruction. Engage Learners provides interactive experiences and immediate feedback. I wish this course did that a little bit more. I can't see the interactivity. So far, this is very transmission driven. Analyze data efficiently, absolutely. Improve accessibility, absolutely. And create custom content such as lesson plans, quizzes, I'm not a fan of. Rubrics, yes, definitely. And other class resources in any language for any level of learner. I think that's the beauty of AI tools as well, that inclusivity in terms of translanguaging. Okay, so that was the first part. I'm only going to look at this first unit, okay? So generative AI, okay, text, code, graphics, audio. How long is this video? I'm just going to play the first 30 seconds. 2 minutes, 47 seconds.
In the first unit, you learned about traditional AI, and you probably realized that you use traditional AI in your everyday life already, like when you ask a digital home assistant to turn off the lights or answer a spoken question, or when you use your phone's assistant to map your travel destination and use predictive.
Okay, so yep, Zia's explaining it really well. I like how it's a short video, but look at all this text. Wow. I mean, it says a staff member, you've got a case study here, right? Just have a picture of a person and perhaps with a bubble, just something as simple as that, just to break down all of this text. Okay, and then we have the Gen AI from Microsoft. What do we have? It can support personalized learning, provide valuable insights, feedback, help with repetitive tasks, create engaging lesson plans, save time. Okay, okay, so that was just a little snippet of Gen AI tools. What about large language models? Okay, I'm just skimming through this, and it says some tips for writing effective prompts. I'm glad. Oh, okay, so. Yeah, be specific. Use the right model for the task. Ask for results from a certain point of view. Guide the model to generate the desired length. Use the new topic button where you want to change topics, okay? And then it's got the art of the prompt, how to get the best out of generative AI. Okay, so that was the large language models. Now, okay, images. Use AI-powered image generation. I mean, surely if this is about AI-powered image generation, there should be some images here. So I wish that there were some images here. This is very text heavy again. Um, yeah, that's my feedback so far. But of course, you know, why don't we use this module? Why don't we actually walk the talk as well as walk the walk, visual storytelling, concept visualization, art and design products, class materials, brainstorming and idea generation. So the Microsoft Designer, I really like. It's a graphic design app that helps professional quality designs and original images just by entering a prompt. Okay, so I haven't actually used the prompt. I use the function where you just dump everything on a slide and then it will reorganize it for you. It's the designer option in formatting, as far as I can remember. So, okay, let's go to the next one and then we should be finishing soon. So, what is AI's role in education? Again, look at this. It's very, okay. So here there is one little infographic here and see how that's breaking up the cognitive load as well and helping us. We know that visual communication actually takes a lot less time for us to process. And so already I can see opportunities for AI in education, accelerate learning. I'm not sure accelerate learning should be the goal. I think it should be enhanced learning because we don't want to learn faster. We want to learn deeper, right? So there's a big difference there. Okay, let's go to the next module. AI tools. Okay, so we have speech transcription, which I love, by the way. I have to say, hat off to you, Microsoft. PowerPoint has beautiful generated AI subtitles on the PowerPoints. I use that all the time. The translation services, yeah, so that's great. And then is that the end? Let me see. Let me see. Next unit is module assessment. So is that the same? Oh, so this is the end, and there's an assessment here, which is a multiple choice. I mean, I suppose when you've got an asynchronous course, are there other ways to collect, evidence of learning than just a multiple choice answer test? Okay, next unit, there's a summary. Okay, let's have a look at the summary. So this is good. This is a one-page summary where we can go, and it was mainly about PowerPoint product guide, PowerPoint YouTube playlist, and PowerPoint designer. It looks like, yeah, most of those resources there. Okay, so that was me exploring the new Elevate Educator AI resources from Microsoft. I did give a very honest feedback. The quality of the content, no problem. We know that because it's being developed by Microsoft, of course, you're going to have to recommend everything within the Microsoft realm. But let's make it a little bit more engaging. If this is for educators and we're trying to transform education and we're trying to engage and motivate and cultivate curiosity, why don't we design a course that's a little bit more interactive? And why don't we pose questions like, now that you've learned about, say, the designer, go and create something, and then share it somewhere, whether it's on social media or wherever, and tag Microsoft so that Microsoft can see all the wonderful artifacts that are being created from these modules. That's my suggestion anyway, but I still have to say thank you so much, Microsoft, for releasing these educational modules. I think no matter what, the intention is really good and it's going to reach a lot of people. So thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope to see you next time.